Thank you for your time. Today, you'll learn how to create a trust in TrustWorks and link it to a plan in VisionWorks. To keep this video as short as possible, we've used the sample plan that comes with the free trial version of VisionWorks. The parties in the plan are Bill, Sue, and Bill Jr. Bill owns the family cottage. We'll assume that he inherited it from Bill Sr. Let's go to the will page. Bill plans to leave the cottage to Bill Jr. because he wants to keep it in the Smith family. If Bill left the cottage to Sue, she could sell it. If Bill died anytime soon, Sue might remarry. Sue and her new husband would be under no legal obligation to leave the cottage to Bill Jr. Let's go to the Solutions page in the Estate tab. As you can see, Bill Jr. will receive the cottage on Bill's death. However, Bill's estate must pay the capital gains taxes on it. The projected liquid assets of Bill's estate will be insufficient to pay his terminal taxes, probate fees, and so on. As a result, the residue for distribution is projected to be negative. This will cause a major problem for Bill's executors and Sue. Let's see the impact of using a testamentary trust. On the Solutions page, we'll create a new solution and name it Sue Spousal Trust. We've opened TrustWorks. Let's create a spousal testamentary trust. When you click the Edit or Add button to create a new trust, you have two choices for the trust class: testamentary or inter vivos. We'll select testamentary. Once you've selected the trust class, you have several choices for the type of trust. We'll select spousal. On the Settlers tab, you could use the Add button to create the settler of the trust. However, we want to link this trust to the Smith plan in VisionWorks. Let's click the Import from VisionWorks button. We need to link the sample plan and the Sue Spousal Trust solution that we created in VisionWorks. Let's select Bill as the settler. On the Beneficiaries tab, you could use the Add button to create the beneficiaries of the trust. However, we want to link this trust to the Smith plan in VisionWorks. Let's select Sue as the beneficiary. On the General tab, we'll name the trust. Most of the other fields are pre-completed because we imported Bill and Sue from VisionWorks. We'll make the jurisdiction Ontario. Once you've set up the trust in TrustWorks, you need to import it into VisionWorks. We've opened VisionWorks. Let's go to the Details page, Data tab. We need to select the TrustWorks Exchange button. We also need to link the TrustWorks file to the VisionWorks file. On the Parties tab, you need to select Sue's Import Distributions checkbox so that any income from the trust will be received by her. On the Trust tab, you need to select the Sue Spousal Trust checkbox. Let's go to the will page. On it, you need to indicate the assets that will be left to the trust. If the cottage only is transferred to the trust on Bill's death, there'll be two issues. First, there'll be operating expenses and property taxes that the trust will have to pay. Second, on Sue's death, the cottage will be distributed to Bill Jr. and the trust will have to pay capital gains taxes. Bill could leave a specific dollar amount to the trust or make it the beneficiary of the residue of his estate. Let's make the trust the residue beneficiary. Once you've indicated the assets that will be transferred to the trust, you need to import them into TrustWorks. We've opened TrustWorks. Let's go to the Details page, Data tab. Let's click the VisionWorks Exchange button. We need to select the VisionWorks file and solution. On the Parties tab, you need to import Bill Jr. He'll eventually receive the cottage when the trust is wound up on Sue's death. On the Transferred Assets tab, you need to select the cottage. Note that the residue of Bill's estate is automatically selected. Also, you need to indicate that the cottage and any remaining portfolio assets will be transferred to Bill Jr. when the trust is wound up. On the Solutions page, Net Cash tab, you can see the cash transfer, which is the residue of Bill's portfolio. You can also see a large cash use on Sue's death, which is primarily the capital gains tax on the cottage. Let's look at the Net Worth tab. If you drill into net worth in the final year of the trust, you can see the value of the cottage. You can also see that the default portfolio, the liquid assets of the trust, are projected to be negative. That is, there won't be enough cash in the trust to pay the terminal taxes. Let's return to VisionWorks. We've opened VisionWorks. Let's go to the Details page, Data tab. Let's select the TrustWorks Exchange button. On the Transferred Assets tab, you need to select the cottage. Bill Jr. will receive it when the trust is wound up. On the Estate tab, you can see that Bill Jr. will receive the house and any remaining RRSP or RIF assets on Sue's death. You can also see that he'll receive the cottage directly from the trust. As this video illustrates, VisionWorks and TrustWorks quickly and accurately model all of the implications of a testamentary trust. Thank you for your time.